So I wasn't going to make another video on electric vehicles. No, the interest is fading. If you really want to know stuff about electric vehicles, you can go on any website or YouTube channel, and it pretty much explains the same thing to every owner or wannabe owner, and things really haven't changed that much. So I was going to kind of move on to different vehicles or other things until Toyota just put the entire car industry and Big Oil on notice. So those of you who haven't heard the news, Toyota just released its new electric vehicle, the bzx3, I believe. They already have the 4 out, but they are launching the bzx3 at an introductory price of about $15,000. Now, that $15,000 vehicle is, of course, their entry-level car. It offers a 50-kilowatt battery with about a 160-mile range on it. You don't get all the electronics like sensors and autopilot, things like that, but you do get a 14.5-inch touchscreen, infotainment center, as well as a nice riding vehicle. And that, again, entry-level vehicle is about $15,000. You can kind of relate that to the Nissan Leaf. The thing is with the Leaf, same range, same kind of interior, basic. You're spending over $30,000 for that vehicle as opposed to the entry-level $15,000 vehicle for the Toyota. And if we're looking to upgrade, I'm talking a significant upgrade. Upgrade the battery, upgrade the interior to its highest trim level. Their price for that ranges between $21,000 and $22,000. And what do you exactly get for that? Have a look at the car. The outside is just it's a beautiful looking car. The interior, I mean, fully leather. You've got a large infotainment center. It comes with sensors all around, multiple cameras on the outside for your autopilot or self-driving mode, whatever they call it. And also, this car features an 11-speaker premium sound system. So all the bells and whistles you get with this car, I'm going to compare it to maybe the limited edition of the Hyundai Ioniq 5. Now with that, of course, you get all the features that the Toyota's giving you, but Toyota's going to bump that the electronics up just a step or two. And of course, the Hyundai Ioniq 5 will get over 300-mile range. The new upgrade on the Toyota is going to get 375-mile range. But here you go, for $22,000 for the Toyota, as compared to over $60,000 for that limited edition Hyundai Ioniq 5. Watch out, everybody. Toyota is on the move. For those of you who think the EV market has ended, nobody wants them anymore. You've got range anxiety. You've got batteries that can't stand up to the test of time. The degradation, the cold weather, all these things going against the electric vehicle. Nobody wants them, right? Well, Toyota's servers crashed a couple of weeks ago from all of the people putting in their orders. Lots and lots and lots of people want this vehicle. They're clamoring for it for $15,000 or $22,000. An awesome price. Now, for those of you watching here in the United States, it's not going to be so easy to go to your local Toyota dealer and put in an order for one of these cars for that price. I'm sure there's going to be a massive tariff on imported electric vehicles. Now, it's not just this administration. Our previous administration did the same thing. And here's where I think our government is, of course, in bed with Big Oil. It doesn't matter, Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian, whatever you are. During our previous administration, our President Biden, he wanted electric vehicles. He wanted everybody to own an affordable electric vehicle by the year 2030. And he was on a path to, clean the environment and make everything better. He wanted people to own an electric vehicle. So what happened? The Chinese produced an electric vehicle that everybody can afford. Everybody in the world can afford this $22,000 electric vehicle. Great, right? Well, not so great for us here in the United States. 100% tariff on that car. Same thing with this administration. I don't think we're going to see this car in the United States for that $15,000 to $20,000. It may be double or even triple. Our current administration is saying nobody wants electric vehicles. We're going to end the tax rebate. We're going to end the incentives for manufacturers to produce the electric cars. You know, it's people here don't want it. They have range anxiety. They just want their internal combustion cars, and they don't want to have a mandate or anything telling them that they have to get it. Well, if that's true, Mr. President, I have a suggestion. I have a challenge. Why don't you drop the tariffs on the electric car coming from Japan, the Toyota? Go ahead. I dare you. I don't think he's going to do it. He doesn't have the guts. Drop that tariff and see how many people here will actually buy an electric vehicle. And if you're right, I will definitely admit it. Nobody's going to buy it. It doesn't matter what the price is. But I really think that if people have a choice of an electric vehicle that's really extremely competitive to their internal combustion engine, I think it would take off if it were the right price. Are we going to drop that tariff or not? Probably not. The second thing that Toyota just did, which is going to not only shock the electric vehicle market, but yeah, that's a pun, but is also going to set the internal combustion engine manufacturers on fire. So all these car manufacturers, we have Kia, Hyundai, Mercedes, BMW, and other manufacturers, they all say they're developing the solid-state battery, which is, in my opinion, the holy grail of the automotive industry. It would just set this industry upside down, and I would believe convert almost all ICE vehicles into electric vehicles using the solid-state battery technology. So we hear all these manufacturers developing batteries. We haven't heard anything else. They've been developing for years, but we haven't heard any kind of finality to it, except for Toyota. Their government just approved their solid-state battery technology. What does that mean? What is a solid-state battery anyway? Well, in short, you can look this up anywhere, but in short, the lithium-ion batteries in most electric vehicles today have what they call a liquid or a gelatinous electrolyte in the middle, and that in the battery, which separates the charges. In a solid-state battery, that barrier is solid. So what are some of the advantages of a solid-state battery as compared to a lithium-ion, which 90% of us use right now in our vehicles? Well, number one, it can hold a tremendous amount of energy, almost double the energy that a lithium-ion battery can hold right now. Number two, weather, extreme cold, does not affect a solid-state battery like a lithium-ion. If you all seen those out there with the Teslas with the ice on it just waiting and running out of charge, that won't happen to a solid state. There's no liquid or gel inside that battery. It will also charge extremely quickly. No more 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever it takes on your vehicle right now. The amount of time it's going to take you to charge a solid-state battery is the same time it takes to pull into a fueling station, fill your car up with gas, go in and grab a coffee and one of those frozen burritos. There is so much potential energy in a solid-state battery that you can make it half as big as your lithium-ion, which means less weight and less cost. So for one of those huge battery packs that you have to mount under your car, what is it, 800-900 pounds to get 350 miles, half of that, half of the weight, half of the size in a solid state will get you the same amount of range. Not bad, right? And if you want to go for that bigger battery, right now If they went for the same size battery in a solid state, easily the vehicle will get between 600 and 900 miles worth of range. There goes your range anxiety right out the window. Now, the next step for Toyota is they're going to actually put that in vehicles. They've done all the testing. They've done all of that stuff. They're going to put it in vehicles and do real-world testing on it. And I predict within a year, maybe a year and a half, it's going to be part of their manufacturing progress. And they are going to put those in vehicles for you and I to go out there and purchase. Hopefully, they will be available here in the United States for a reasonable price. But again, it all has to do with politics here in the U.S. So hopefully, they can overcome that. We here can enjoy the electric vehicle at a reasonable cost with no range anxiety, quick charging, and an overall better option than your internal combustion engine. We're not going to have to worry about the weather outside degrading the battery. We're not going to worry about the cold sucking the life out of the battery. Nothing like that is going to affect this new solid state battery. So Toyota, great job. The rest of the car industry, the rest of the world, keep your eyes on Toyota. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, please have a wonderful day.